Because the only thing holding their relationships together is probably the fact that they made a commitment, and their religion and families fucking perpetuate that ideal that you have to stay in a relationship you committed to. You don't. If you're unhappy, get the fuck out of there.
And today we're back with another one, and today I have someone very famous for you. If ever you've ever found yourself checking out that website that starts with an X and the one that starts with a P, the corn website.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck. A sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of.
So she's basically giving relationship advice to women, and she's saying that she has been married before 3 times. So the only question that I have is that what is someone who has 3 failed marriages doing, giving marriage advice? What do you know about marriage? Because every time when things seems to be bad, or things are not bad, or you just have these feelings that you feel like you can do much better, and you go, and judging by what she said, she said that her last marriage, she was in her 30s. So for someone who has been married for so long and she's clearly getting older, begs the question if she will ever get married. And the other question is that did she take time to reflect on herself, to think that maybe she is the problem? Because there has to be a common denominator right here, because you can't just be getting divorced many times. So sometimes you have to take accountability and reflect back and find that you are the actual problem every time, because of your mindset, because of maybe your expectations are not realistic when you get into this marriage, or maybe at the same time you just don't know what is marriage and what is the responsibilities of a man or a female in a marriage, and you're just not in for the long term. So there's so many things that she said, and we just need to keep on watching her. And this is not the end of it. There's actually a response video from her talking about the same topic, so we're gonna watch it.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. I woke up to 30,000 unalive and grape threats on Twitter today over that take, and I'm really failing to see what's wrong with it. I'm failing to see what's wrong in telling young women who get married young that if they are in relationships that are unhealthy and toxic and make them unhappy, that just because they made a commitment, they are not stuck in these relationships. The only people who are mad, it seems like to me, are the men who are the toxic ones in these relationships, and who are afraid of their women having self-realization and exercising free will and leaving them. Because the only thing holding their relationships together is probably the fact that they made a commitment, and their religion and families fucking perpetuate that ideal that you have to stay in a relationship you committed to. You don't. If you're unhappy, get the fuck out of there.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Okay, I'm very satisfied now with the explanation. Now I have a better understanding in terms of where she's coming from and why she feels very entitled that she is the right person to give the advice. To me, she just sounds like someone who's very bitter, someone who's very sour, who actually didn't get over all the marriages that she has been there, and now she doesn't understand why there's still other people who are still in marriages, whereas she kept on quitting after one marriage to the next. Now she's trying to tell other women so that they can do the same, whether they feel that they are committed to their husband, they should still leave them. And the thing about marriage is that it's about a long-term journey, and not every day you're gonna feel happy. I'm not saying that if you're not happy or whether your husband is abusing you, and if something is very serious, yes, you are entitled to leave your husband. So in the mix of all of that, we're just gonna go through some of the comments that people made on this video, the second video that she made. So the first one, you can see a comment that says always keep pushing forward, and there's other people who responded. Let's just see what people are saying. So here, unrelated, they're just saying that she's everywhere. Let's just try to find comments which can be related or people are relating. So as we see from Maria says she stayed with her husband from the age of 21 to 48 and ended up divorcing him, and I guess I spent all those years miserable for nothing. Okay, so if you're able to stay with your husband for that many years, obviously there will be times where you're not happy and times where you are happy. You may find that as much as she's saying she's miserable, but there gotta be something that still kept her in that marriage and prevented her from getting divorced. And let's just find out what other people are saying. I'm so mad. I'm further in my life now. I've been single for 2 years than the 10 years I was with him. I think it's safe to say that a lot of people are getting divorced these days. I'm not so sure whether it's because of the internet that now we're actually seeing what's actually happening in the marriages, or people are just have been unhappy, or just the divorces have always been there, and because the internet was not so good and we didn't have things like TikTok to show us what's actually happening out there, maybe we didn't know what was happening. So let's read more stories. Here we have another user that says, I left her after 2.5 years of dating, and I realized that I should have done that 2 years prior. So reading to this comment, what I can say is that if you know that you're not happy with a person, why are you staying? Like, the first thing that you need you need to be as honest as possible with yourself and with your partner. Why are you wasting 2 years of your life with someone that you don't want to be with? Let's see the response, what other people responded while the response is loading. So here's another one from the bisexual figure. It says, I left my marriage at 21 with 2 toddlers. My mom had the priest to come to talk to me for defense marriage. I was alone. It was still worth living. Okay, so when they're talking about people who are intervening in the marriage, for me, I believe that the moment you try to bring other people into your marriage, basically you are fighting a losing battle. It's just like a relationship. The moment you start to seek marriage therapy and all those things, the chances of you guys going back to where you were, they are very, very low. Like, you're already at a slippery slope, so why do you force yourself to be with someone that you don't want, or you keep fighting? Like, that's something that I don't understand, and I don't think I would understand because I'm not married yet. So let's continue. I don't know why this doesn't want to open, but let's check out more comments. We have a comment here. I don't know how to pronounce that. She says, we met when I was 18, married at 21, separated by 23. It was the best thing I ever did. I don't understand about people get married at a very young age, so I think that might be the mistake. 18 is very, very young. That's someone who still needs to experience a lot in their life. They don't even know what career they want to do. Okay, let's keep on going. The saying, one should have stayed in any relationship. One shouldn't stay in any relationship that's not productive in a constant or positive fashion. Yeah, very true. If your relationship is not positive, you shouldn't stay. I'm not gonna open the other comments which are under the responses because they can say they do not want to open. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going to the next comments just to find out what's actually happening. I think this was the case. I was dragged through the mud by my ex's family because I wanted to leave my marriage and because he was an addict. He told me I made a commitment and he's not part of it. Whether there's a commitment or not. So there's this thing that happens that families get involved. As much as you are married to your partner and the families are involved, at the end of the day, the marriage is yours and they don't have the last say. So at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. And if you feel like you have to leave that person and you've tried to do your best for them to get help and that person still is showing no change, so you are entitled to leave that person. Let's keep on going. And find more relevant comments. Here's another comment from Patricia. She says, I was married at 19 and I divorced him at 24. I created the most happiness for my life and this was the best decision ever. It stuck up for a bit and my inner Betty woke up. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I always love when I hear the word Betty, the Betty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was very young. 19, that was very young. And the next one, she says, yes, you should have left. When I was a child free, I got stuck in my 20s. So yes, there's a lot of people who were seeing on these comments were married at a very young age and later they left the person. So my take-home message from all these stories that I'm seeing is that people should not get married from the age 18 until 21, because clearly from the comments that we're seeing, these are the individuals who are mostly getting divorced. Let me read this one. My mom got married at 20, got divorced at 21. Now I have to give credit to my grandfather. He's the one that told my mom to just get out. Like I said just now, people should stop getting married at a very young age. They need to get married. I'm not saying that people should wait until they're 13, no, but you need to get married when you know that this is what I want. This is what I want. This is a person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I don't want to be, maybe you're craving something. I want to explore this, I want to explore that. If you still feel that way, then do not get married until you are ready. And that's all that I have for you today in terms of this story about marriage and Mia Khalifa giving people advice. As much as I feel like she is not the most qualified person to give this advice, but yeah, the comments, they were very helpful to try to find out in terms of what people are going through. And yeah, that has been my reaction for these videos, and I hope you enjoy this session. And for the next one, please subscribe and like the video and share, and you subscribing will help me very much. And my goal at the moment is to have at least 1,000 subscribers by December, and I can reach my goal with you. I cannot do it alone. And again, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.